Given a list of numbers, we need to find number of increases when comparing each element with the next. Displaying the list, and if we use reduce, let's say plus, what that does is it inserts essentially a plus in between each element of the array, etc. What we want to do instead is compare every two elements. So we need n-wise reduce, where you provide a number of window size to the reduce, in this case 2, and what I will do is add up the first two elements, it will add up the next two elements, and it will add up the next two elements, etc. And instead of plus, what we want to do is compare. So if we compare the first and second element, that will tell us if it's an increase. Second and third element, and that will tell us if that's an increase. Running this, we get number of increases. Summing it all up, we get number of increases. For part 2, we need to do the same thing in terms of counting number of increases, but we're counting increases in the 3-wise sums, where we need to sum up the first 3 elements, compare it with the next 3 elements, and then compare this to the next 3 elements, etc. To achieve the 3-wise sum, we use 3 and reduce again, where plus is the operator. So we sum up the first 3, sum up the next 3, and then we do the sum of 2-wise reduce compare. We get the answer. However, if we look at the part 2 and given numbers a, b, c, and d, what we need to do is sum up a, b, and c and compare it to b, c, and d. But as you can see, b and c get cancelled out. So really what we need to do is compare the first element, each element, with 4 shifted, or 4 elements ahead of it. We can do that using 3 shift of n. So if we look at the original list of elements and same array but 3 times shifted, we see that the first 3 elements get put all the way to the end, and now in terms of element to element, they're basically shifted. So if we compare n with the 3 times shifted list, we get number of increases. Summing it, we get the same answer. Turning it into a function that takes 3 as the argument, we get the same thing. And now looking at the part 1, we understand that it's basically the same, except we're comparing each element with 1 shifted. So we can run the same function for 1 and 3 to get both of the answers. Instead of using the original example list, we can read in file, split up by lines, taking the first element, which is list of lines, and evaluating each line, we get the answer for my input.